Hello, my name is Jake Kurth. I'm with Leeds Forensic Systems. Today we're putting together a quick video tutorial to go through the newest features on our version 5.0 of our touchpad. The first feature of the touchpad to show is the standby power button. This allows you to turn your system on and off if your main power switch is turned on. This is the main way that you'll interact with turning your system on and off through the touchpad. You'll see at the start it goes through its startup procedure. In this case, we have a Discovery Z connected to the touchpad. What you'll see on this main menu are three different icons for the stage lights, station, and stages. To turn your fluorescent lights on and off, simply click the on or off button. If your system comes equipped with LED spotlights, you'll have an additional icon here which allows you to increase or decrease the intensity of your LED spot. The station is controlled by this interface. In the station control, you have the ability to control the station height or table as well as the column adjustment. By pressing the up button on the legs, you can raise or decrease the height of your system. The column adjustment is throttled by speed setting, which allows you to either increase the column very quickly or very slowly. This allows you fine control of your column adjustment. The next section are the stage controls. What you'll see is that we have, in this particular system, X and Y. This is because this is a motorized system. If your touchpad is connected up to a system that does not have motorized stages, you will not see the X and Y digital readouts. What you'll see is that we have a 0 button next to both the X and the Y. That allows us to make stage movements 0 and then do an actual direct readout. This is most useful if you have a crosshair eyepiece, which you can line up on your land or groove, hit the 0 button, and then do a direct land or groove measurement to the opposite side of the mark. You also see here that we have a couple of other options. We have Fine, which allows us to change basically the input and output. With the fine mode not selected, we have a fairly coarse movement. When you have fine mode selected, you'll see that the movement is much finer. You can adjust these settings by going into this tool icon. What you'll see in this section is the fine speed and coarse speed adjustment. If, for example, I prefer a coarser fine movement, I can go in and adjust my fine speed. This will make it, or basically trim my speed to allow me to personalize it to my choice. Correspondingly, if I turn off the fine speed and I find that my coarse speed is too fast, I can click the tool icon and come in and turn down my coarse speed to give it a little bit finer movement. You'll find that there is overlap between the coarse and fine, and it's really about tuning it to what works best for you. The next feature to show is our mag to speed button, which I have selected here. This is an option that is only available on our Discovery-based systems. Essentially what the touchpad is doing is reading the magnification of the Discovery comparison microscope. By reading that magnification, it's able to adjust the speed of the stages correspondingly. So what does this mean? If I have mag to speed selected and I'm at low power, like for example in this case at 7.4, and I do movement, it's at a certain setting of speed based on either my fine or coarse speed, whichever I have selected. As I move up in magnification though, because the stages are reading the magnification position, it adjusts the speed correspondingly to get finer and finer. So now that I'm at 148x, it's a much finer movement, so I don't move past my sample and I have much more control. You'll find that this holds true throughout the entire magnification range. Whatever magnification I'm at, the speed is correspondingly adjusted. Again, if you use the fine mode or coarse mode, you can change on how coarse or fine this movement is. And you can further adjust that by using the fine speed adjustment and coarse speed adjustment. The next selection you have is to synchronize your stages. With it selected, it allows you to move both stages simultaneously through one human interface device, or HID. As you can see, when I move my X control, they both move simultaneously together in a similar fashion. I can also choose, if I want, to synchronize my focus. So when both stages move together, not only do they move in X and Y together, but they also move together in Z. Often it can be helpful to have the synchronized focus turned off, as if you are screening two different samples, there can be variations in the focus. By having them synchronized in X and Y, you can move them simultaneously, but still make adjustments of the focus independent on each side. There are two other options in this menu that, again, are only available to our motorized systems. Mirror X and Mirror Focus. These essentially do what they describe, in that they mirror the motion. So, coming from a more traditional microscope, where controls were inverted, you can now allow inverted controls on your new motorized Leeds microscope. You additionally have at the bottom the option to change your units between metric and inch. When you choose metric, for example, you'll see that your digital readout has correspondingly changed to measuring in metric. The last thing to show is your language selection. The way you access language selection is to select any one of these buttons that you are currently not on. So currently I'm on the stages. Press and hold for 5 seconds. And you'll have the ability to go into options and choose your language. We currently only have 3 languages: English, Spanish, and Italian. We hope to introduce further languages at a later point in time. There is an admin button underneath options. This button is used by Leeds personnel to assist you in troubleshooting or changing the configuration of your touchpad. If you run into any issues with your Leeds comparison microscope, please email or call us. Thank you for watching. Hopefully this video tutorial helps you familiarize yourself with the new Leeds version 5.0 touchpad. If you have any further questions, please feel free to contact us.